Hey guys, Audra here with Flawless Exotic Creations, and I'm coming to you today with my top 5 2024 snakes that we have. Now, if you watched the video, I guess it was last week, you'll know that you saw Will's top 5 for 2024. And so he said to me, he's like, well, I've got my top 5, now you've got to do yours. So without further ado, I'm coming to you, me, myself, and I, with my top 5. Let's see if my top 5 are better than his. Number 1 is the Grim Reaper. So you guys see him right here. He is so beautiful. I wish that the camera would do his coloring justice because it just really does not show the dark quality that he has. I mean, when you look at him, like when you actually look at him in person, he has such a velvety appearance. He is honestly one of the darkest snakes that we have, really, and I usually shy away from like more of the darker snake, but for some reason this guy is he just does it for me. Look, he's very curious. But as you can see, his little belly and the coloring on his sidewalls is absolutely beautiful. It's more of like a neon yellow, I guess you would say. And so when you contrast that with the darkness of him, it just almost, like I said, has a velvety look to it. But he is like on my top 5. I wouldn't say he's my number 1, but he's definitely one of my favorites. So that's number 1. Alright, so my next on the top 5 is honestly this girl. She's a female, and this girl is nothing what you would say necessarily special as far as she's not like just full of all kinds of genetic traits. But with her, there's something very interesting about it. She is actually a yellow belly, and she's het for both pied and clown, and that's really all she has going for her, honestly, except for this one little special thing about her. And I'm gonna see if you guys think she's special too, because I love it. We noticed when we got her, and honestly it's the reason why we kind of had to have her, is that in her patterning it looks like, I can get her to come out, see there on the end, it almost looks like God is spelled out. So we took it as kind of like I guess an omen, or not really an omen, I guess that's a bad thing, a sign. We took it as a sign that this was going to be a heavenly snake. You can really see it there. But it looks like God has been spelled out, G-O-D. So that's really cool. We took it as like, okay, we need to get her. There's something interesting going on with her. So do you guys think that there is something interesting going on here? Because she's definitely now one of my favorites. But if you can see there on her little backside, it just kind of repeats itself. We got this girl actually from Tyler at Tyler's Toxic Balls, and she's just been heaven sent ever since. So she makes number 2 on my list. Again, nothing super duper special as far as what she's known as in her genetic traits. Obviously she's a yellow belly, het for pied and clown, but as far as like something extra in her, we do definitely feel like there is something extra. I mean, when that pattern just continues to kind of repeat itself across her body, leaning down into the tail on this side actually, I just think there's something here. And so that's why she's making my top 5 list this time around. We're gonna see what she gives us. Maybe there's something extra special in there, you never know. Alright, so next on my list of my top 5 for 2024 snakes is something that is more like me to like. Honestly, if that makes sense. My preference, honestly, when it comes to snakes is a visually pleasing snake. Like I said, when I showed you the first snake on my list, the Grim Reaper, I don't typically like dark snakes, like super dark snakes anyway, but that Grim Reaper just does something for me. But that being said, I tend to like busier patterns, and typically I like more of a gravelly look or a granity appearance. And this particular one she's busy. She's very busy, but she's just visually pleasing to the eye as far as her color. And she is a fire yellow belly hurricane coral glow clown. Now that's a mouthful, but here she is. And you can see, I mean, she is absolutely beautiful. As you can tell, she definitely has a nice busy pattern, and her coloring just absolutely glows. A lot of times I don't feel like the camera really shows it off, but if you can see these, like, almost like there are color variations kind of around her patterning, there is almost like a purpley color, and then of course she has this nice orange in there, and you know, she just, I mean, it's just beautiful. You can kind of see, if you're able to pick that up, a little bit of that pixelation with the yellow belly, but there's just something about these snakes that do it for me. I mean, I am a big coral glow, banana, rainbow, you know, those types. I really like lavender, lavender snakes. What else? There's the new mimic that I am extremely interested in. I actually asked about it, like, probably when it first was posted. I think it was O2B Reptiles first posted it like a year and a half ago or something like that. I was like, oh, that's my dream snake, I gotta have it. But anyway, this one is verging on close to my top snake, just because she's so visually appealing and she's full of great genes. I mean, who doesn't love a fire yellow belly hurricane coral glow clown? I mean, you can definitely see the clown in her, and definitely the disruption in the hurricane. But anyway, she's definitely in my top, so beautiful as she is. So this next one on the list is absolutely insane, and in fact, it actually, both of the snake that you saw before, the hurricane coral glow clown girl, she and this snake comes from Rice Reptiles. And I didn't actually pick this one out, but when Will showed it to me, we were like looking through Morph Market, obviously, and I'm actually repping Rice Reptiles right now. If you haven't met Billy and Dawn and their daughter Channing, and if you haven't met them, like, you're missing out. They're such great people. But when he showed me the picture of this snake, I mean, I was just like floored. And so I like brighter colors. I like colors that contrast in really busy patterns. So this one is fabulous. So let me just show you. Let me just give you this amazing peek at this beautiful, beautiful snake. All right. So there is this snake. Absolutely insane. Wonderfully, beautifully patterned. And this guy is a red stripe yellow belly spot nose clown, and it's actually a female. So again, a red stripe yellow belly spot nose clown. And you know, I like spot nose a lot. I like how it looks on their little heads, kind of got that skull look. But just a beautiful, beautiful girl. Just a beautiful snake. I'm really excited to see where this program goes. She's just absolutely gorgeous. Like, how can you not like that? I mean, she's just so visually pleasing. And you know, it's funny because the last two, this girl and then the coral glow clown before, I'm not like just a clown lover. Like, I don't just have to, that just isn't like just the end all to all to me. But I just love how both these girls, the coral glow girl and then this girl, just the clown patterning along with that color is just absolutely beside itself beautiful. So alright, let's see what my top one is, because the number one snake that is on my list is legitimately in its rightful spot. It is number one. It is, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. So without further ado, here is my top snake for 2024, and I don't see how anybody can disagree with this guy. So this is a male, and it is a absolutely insane snake. What you're looking at is a pastel. Yes, it's pastel, and it's pastel in a male, but I think we can all say that it's okay that we can have pastel in this male. So it's a pastel GHI, which is obviously my favorite gene. If you've been following us for very long, you know I love the Gotta Have It. I love the GHI. But you can see how its little rings are blown out, and it's very granity in appearance. It looks like it's like speckled. But it's a pastel GHI neon pos het for DG. So definitely get this little dude tested to see if it's DG. I feel like it's gonna come out het for DG. I don't know, I have this feeling. But I mean, it's just one wicked awesome snake. Like, I legit don't see how anybody could not love this dude. I'm really excited to see what Neon does. We're definitely working with something that, as far as Neon goes, that has not been around very long and is a relatively newer gene. So really excited to see the progress that we can make with that gene. But that was my last one. So those are my top 5 to reiterate. We've got the Grim Reaper, which again, dark is not really my thing typically. Like, all dark snakes are not really my thing, but that guy, his darkness has such a velvety appearance to it. It almost looks iridescent, and I do love that. I love contrast. His sidewalls have that neon, almost yellow, and I really wish the camera picked up that better, because in person he's just unreal, just absolutely unreal. As far as, it almost looks like he legitimately is a velvet snake. So I'm excited about that. I like the Grim Reaper. I think that is just a really interesting gene to go with and to take in different directions. My second one was the Yellow Belly, who's het for Pied and Clown. And again, she came from Tyler at Tyler's Toxic Balls, and there's something extra special about her. I just feel it. I feel like there was a sign. There definitely is an interesting pattern that forms on her. It has the, the word written out, God, the name of God. So that was just like, she's a righteous snake. And then my last 3 on the list, I feel like really definitely they're just full of genes, that they're powerhouses as far as it pertains to genes. And again, my list, my top 5 wouldn't be complete without something that was yellow yellow and orange and purple. So that Coral Glow girl, that Hurricane Coral Glow, is just, to me, that is just such a visually pleasing snake. And then the last 2 that you saw were just absolutely beautiful. The last 2 that you saw were just absolutely gorgeous. I just can't get enough of this guy. But this guy was actually procured from Tony at Hardwired Exotics, so we're really excited to see where we can take the Neon gene to, working with that gene. And also, of course, it's got my favorite in there, Gotta Have It. And if you aren't familiar with our Gene Chaser series, make sure you check out our Gene Chaser series. And if you go down pretty far, like, pretty much the only one that I've done by myself is GHI. So if you are interested in what GHI is and you don't know, go check out our Gene Chaser series. Our Gene Chaser series definitely highlight a lot of genes for you guys, that it's kind of like the bridge to the gap between, beginner level and the expert level. So somewhere falling in the middle for people who might have questions about genes. And, we research and research and research, especially William. He researches a lot. But I just feel like the Gene Chaser series is definitely a good series to go and check out. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my top 5. Let's see how it ranks. Does it beat Will's, or is Will's better? Like, he had a lot of Stranger, I know, but I really think mine edged him out this time around. But anyway, subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, and if you like this type of content, let us know. We'll give you some more. So talk to you later. I'm out. Bye.